First of all, this economy is the issue to begin with, and it is absolutely critical that we start getting our house in order. When we look at where we are today, we didn't get here overnight. We got here as a result of a number of years of moving in the wrong direction, and we need to turn it around. It's time for us to start looking at making sure that we're doing what we can to create jobs here at home, for instance, instead of exporting those jobs overseas. That's what's been going on the last decade. We've been watching job after job leave this state. All through North Missouri, you can find little towns that used to have manufacturing jobs that are now gone. Farmers who used to have be able to go into town and make a little extra money, who now don't have that ability. Kids of people who are in this district who have to move to other places because they can't find work here. That is not the kind of a 9th district that any of us want. We want a 9th district that flourishes, that comes back from some of these difficulties. And it's going to take a national effort to try to make that happen. We do have to get our fiscal budget in order, and we have to invest in jobs that are right here at home. We need to do something about bringing these gas prices down. And if that means looking at things that we have here at home that produce energy, then by golly, let's start doing it. I really think that today is one of the most critical times we've had in American history. Maybe it's not as obvious as World War II. Maybe it's not as obvious as something that's dramatic that is occurring. But we have got to put our policy house in order. And it means investing in America first. It means putting this country back on the road where we are more independent, where we're not borrowing money from China and Saudi Arabia to get by. When we have jobs that are created because of American ingenuity and small businesses that have the ability to make it, where we have farmers and small businesses that can find affordable health insurance in this country. If we get back on that road, if we get back on the road that produces a stronger America, all of us will benefit, and we will all have a better tomorrow.
And with that, I want to say one thing. That's an excellent speech. But don't you think that we will never be secure in this country until we have a national policy, a national understanding that we have to make our own products in this country. I understand there's a global economy, but I'll tell you what, I want to buy my tennis shoes, my shirts, my cars, my refrigerators, and all those things that I used to buy that were built in America. I want to buy them made in America once again. And I think I think no country in the world can be secure if they don't have that policy.
I want to follow up on that, if it's appropriate, because this is exactly the point. When you get to the point where we look at where we were in World War II, and you mentioned it earlier, when we can start looking at moving manufacturing that we have around the country from making things that we use in our houses every day to gearing up for a world war. That is a part of our national security. It's a part of our independence.
And government directed that to happen. The free market just didn't do it by itself.
And it all came together.
Gentlemen, if I may, you've definitely hijacked my question. Fine job. None of the four of you went near the T word.
I'll do that.
What do you mean? I started out with that. I said the Republicans wouldn't even mention it. But you know, it's something that it has to be considered in certain instances. So
tax policy. Let's make everybody in the room aware of what your position is on taxes. It's ready to get rid of the cuts that have been instituted over the last 5-6 years and raise taxes.
Yes, but first I'd like to say about the deficit, just to respond. I think the deficit right now is a national security issue. We had on the news today, InBev, comes in and can buy a national treasure from us. It's because of the value of the dollar. The deficit and inflation is causing the value of the dollar to plummet, and this is not the last of these national treasures that we're going to hear about that are up for sale because they're on fire sale from the value of the dollar. Now about the T word tax.